Hey guys, so today I have another kit. This is the Mia Secret kit. I found this on Amazon. It was like $17 and I thought that this would be a good one to try because Mia Secret is like a super popular brand for acrylic, and I saw that they had this kit and it even has a brush, the primer, the dehydrator, some tips, and everything you need for a nail, basically pretty much everything. I thought that this would be good and it's cheap too. I think it will hopefully be a good beginner kit if you are interested in acrylic. So I'm going to open this now and we'll see what we have. So it comes in this little bag and you get a buffing block. This is a ultra gloss, so basically a top coat, ultra bond, so the primer, some tips, they're pretty much just like standard white French tips, some pink acrylic powder, not a bad size, but not that much. The monomer, this is actually the monomer that I normally use, some glue for the tips, a file. This actually seems like a decent file, like you'll actually be able to file down the nails a bit. And then you actually do get an acrylic brush. Obviously this is going to be a cheaper one, but that's still pretty cool. The only thing I'm a little off the bat disappointed about is it doesn't come with a dehydrator. When I saw this in the package, I thought that's what that was. Let's see what the instructions say. It says apply hand sanitizer and then apply artificial nail remover. So basically maybe acetone to make sure the nails are free from oil and polish. Okay, so basically it does say that you would need like a dehydrator and stuff like that. So I am going to just use my own as usual, but I'm gonna put all this aside and let's get started. It says to rough up your nails with this file, so that's what I'm gonna do. I do have some paint on my nails from housework that'll just file off. Okay, so now that I've buffed out my actual nails a bit, I'm going to apply a dehydrator. I'm just using this Kira Sky one right now. This is my opposite hand, so you will have to give me a little bit of leeway here. I've gotten better, but still not great. So I know it does give us some glue and some tips, but I am actually going to be using these candy coat forms because that's what I used on this hand, and I would like the shape and length and curvage to be similar. So I am going to be using these, but I don't think that's going to make much of a difference for this kit. Okay, so I'm just going to put these tips on. Did I just say tips? I'm going to put these forms on. I'm just going to put them on all at once to make it easy on myself. Okay, so we only have pink acrylic, and here is the brush. So a pretty thin one, but very long. I love how these are the nails on the kit. Definitely could not do these with this kit, but I would actually love these nails. Okay, once again, my opposite hand, so I will do my best. I have worked with both of these before. I have both like the Mia Secret monomer and acrylic. And I would say that I do use both regularly. Do you hear that? This is the driest brush. It's like a paintbrush. You know, like I'm not really good with my brushes. I'll admit that for sure. You know, like acrylic is like the hardest to do, and acrylic brushes are like the hardest thing to keep nice, and I'm not super good with that, but this brush is definitely not nice to begin with. Like it will not hold liquid. This acrylic definitely isn't as quick drying as the candy coat one. I would say the Mia Secret acrylic is sort of in my mid-range for which ones I like best. I hate when the forms come undone. There we go. I think the worst part of this kit, honestly, I can already tell, is this brush. I would 100% recommend getting a different brush because you're not going to really get the feel of how acrylic is with this brush, in my opinion, just because it is so dry, and usually you're able to hold on to the liquid a little bit better. This form keeps coming undone and it's ruining my life. Not to be dramatic. The things I used to love with you just Okay, so here is this first nail. Not too bad. I don't really love it because I think it's mainly this form that's throwing me off. It's gonna look so wide. The rest seem to be sticking together, but I'll just have to be extra careful. I'll let that dry and I'm going to try to move on. I want to work quickly with this because this brush isn't holding liquid really quick. I feel like the acrylic is drying in it really fast, so I want to try to avoid that. Totally forgot the primer, didn't I? Yep, okay. I don't know why I can't get it together. Okay, well, you know what? The thumb's not gonna have primer, so be it. The good thing with this primer is you do get a pretty decent size of it, so this is definitely probably gonna last the longest out of anything in this kit. Okay, try 2. It's hard to show you guys, but when you're wanting to do this, especially if you are like just beginning, you want to work with gravity, so just point your finger downward. I hate doing it like this on camera because you can't see anything, but if you point it downward, you're going to avoid it flooding into your cuticle, and it'll sort of do that natural arch that you're gonna want. Be a lot easier to work with. It's a lot easier if you can sort of like do it right up here in your face, but you get the idea. Kind of like this. The Mia Secret monomer is definitely one of the more subtle smelling ones, and that's why I usually use it. I don't really find that there's that much difference in monomer for like how the acrylic performs, but I really try to go with the smell because I already know that it's going to smell up my entire house, and that's something I don't really love with acrylic. I'm having a little bit of a difficult time with this acrylic sinking in. I really prefer acrylic that is kind of hard to push around for that reason, because it sort of like levels out and not sinking and doesn't like sink in. I feel like I should be turning my hand over each time so it can sort of like let gravity do its thing and dry like that. What is with these forms today? I didn't have this problem at all with the other ones. Okay, so I'm pretty much on this last one right here. It's been a little bit of a struggle with this one. This brush keeps clumping up, and you know what? It could also just be me. You know what? We'll give 50% me and 50% to the brush because my brushes, you know, it's not rare for them to clump up. However, this one makes it way too easy because it does not want to hold any monomer. And I'm trying to do these so that they're not too thick and I can actually, you know, not take a whole day to file them down. But I feel like it's been pretty hard with these to get them to take the shape that I want. You know, at first I didn't really love these candy coat forms, but I actually really like them. The part where your finger goes in, I feel like are a lot squarer and a lot better for my fingers anyway, that I've been able to put these on no problem, and I feel like they fit my fingers really well anyway. I usually prefer tips to forms for sure because forms can be really hard, especially like if you're not, you know, perfect at sculpting. They can break really easily and then there goes all your hard work, but these ones I actually really like. Okay, I'm gonna take these forms off. Hopefully they're not too bad since they kept coming off. Actually, okay, you know what? They're not turning out nearly as bad as I thought they were. Ow. Except maybe this one, because this one kept coming off too. Alright, so here are the nails. They actually did not turn out nearly as bad as I thought they were going to. You know, I think at this point I'm actually like low-key getting the hang of acrylic. So I am going to start off with my electric file. Okay, so here are the nails all filed. Here are the sides. I'm actually really happy with how they came out. I was a little worried that they were going to be really lumpy and everything like that, but they actually smoothed out pretty well and it went a lot smoother than I thought it was going. Once I took off the form, I felt a lot better. I really didn't have to file them too much, no more than normal, I guess. So what I'm going to do for these is I'm going to use some dip powders for the color and like sparkle design, how I did for these nails. I'm not using the dip powder for strength or like to build the nail at all because these nails are totally done and good for that. Ooh, I got myself a little bit. But for these ones, I saw this powder and I don't know what it is about this powder, but I think it is one of the prettiest little simple designs ever, and I want to use it so bad. So I'm gonna try on 2 of the nails, and if I decide I don't want to do it on all of them, then I might just do the yellow on the rest. But we're gonna start with this one because I don't know, there's something about it, I just think it's so cute. So I'm going to do that. Okay, so I got out my little, I don't know, container, and I'm gonna get these out. These ones are from Sparkle & Co. Look at how fun that is. I don't know, I just love it. It almost looks like sprinkles or something like that. I think it's so cute. So I'm gonna pour some of there on that, and then that way I can just pour it over. I'm going to take their base, and I'm just gonna do a thin coat because we're doing this for just like the color and not for like structural. What? There's only like a couple on the, no. Okay, I think I do have to actually dip it. I don't want to dip it because I don't want to bunch up any of the bonder, but I think I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna file off this really quickly before it hardens too much. Okay, take 2. Okay, I'm just going to dip it. What am I doing wrong? I don't understand. I guess I'll probably have to do like 2 layers of this, but I'm gonna do this one before I do any other coats. That one's a little bit better. It does seem like the little, I want to call them sprinkles. I'm gonna call them glitters though. I don't know why these little confettis, that's what they are, confettis. I think they like to bunch up. I think I am going to do all of my nails with this and not the yellow, just because this is so pretty. I cannot get over it. These nails did turn out relatively clear though, you can see, with some shiny coat on. That was better, despite me moving the acrylic around a ton. Here's what I wanted. Look how cool that is. I love it. Okay, you have to stick it where you see a lot of the confettis. Kinda works. And I am just smoothing it over a little bit because I don't really want to file these down much. I can't imagine how pretty these would be filed down. Okay, I'm gonna do one more coat because I just can't not. But I am going to focus the base on where I don't have as much. Much better. Okay, there. Here we have all of it, so pretty. Now I'm gonna put the solidify on to harden up the dip. And I'm hoping that when I just like ever so lightly file these down that these little confettis don't get ugly. I hope they're like that color all the way through. I honestly do not have time for things that aren't colorful anymore. Like, just no time. So now it is time to buff or file these. I'm going to give this a light file on the sides just because I don't want them to bulk up. You know, I really only wanted this as like decoration. I didn't want them to be thicker or anything. Okay, they're actually filing pretty good. I'm not seeing anything weird happening. Okay, it's looking like these little confettis are the same color all the way through, so you do not have to worry about that when you file. Okay, here these are all buffed and stuff. I am going to put one more layer of solidify on, and then we will put the top coat on. Okay, so now I'm going to take the Mia Secret Ultra Gloss Dry Fast Top Coat, and I'm going to put this on top. I'm assuming that this is similar to the ones that you get in dip kits. That would just be my assumption. It smells good, kind of like, oh, it smells like banana Laffy Taffy. What a weird scent to give a top coat. Wow. Wow, this is really fast drying. I feel like I can't even cover the entire nail before it's like dragging along. Okay. Here they are. So I'm just seeing now that it's probably not the best lighting. Oh, here we go. That's better. Aren't these cool? I'm gonna let this dry, then I'll put on some cuticle oil and I'll give you guys my final thoughts. So as I was finishing up these nails, my boyfriend had gotten home and my dogs would not calm down. So I'm just going to do my final thoughts now. I did like this kit. It was a good amount of stuff for the price. I mean, for $17, it's not bad. But if you do want to dive into acrylic more and you are going to want to do more than just like 1 or 2 sets, I would really recommend just purchasing everything individually. The Mia Secret monomer and acrylic is pretty good, so you could just get that, the primer, a dehydrator, and a little bit of a better brush for probably $30, and you would get a lot more product for your money. But overall, I did think it was a decent kit, and I actually left this set on and the previous candy coat set for I think a little over 2 weeks, and both lasted really well. And I think actually the Mia Secret side lasted a tiny bit better. They all lasted really well. I had one break on my candy coat side, but that was really it. I know I can't always do updates, but I was happy to be able to give you guys an update on this kit in the same video. You know, that doesn't always happen. So yeah, both lasted really well. I would recommend this kit, but I would more recommend that you get everything individually. So thank you guys so much for watching. Please make sure to give this video a like if you like my nail videos, and I really appreciate it. It really helps me out, and I will hopefully see you next time. Bye!